What is up, everyone? Kyle here, back with the final piece of the autocross build here. So as you guys know, I'm missing a rear wing, or spoiler. Had the spoiler on, took it off. But today we got the final piece in, and it is absolutely massive. Shout out to the company who got it for me. Really hooked me up on this. Super excited to show you guys. You guys can see it over there. You guys saw a quick peek there, but let's get into it. So when it comes, as you guys saw in the last video, driving around, the front end was absolutely planted. The front end would point, but it would leave the rear end kind of behind, meaning not enough downforce in the rear end was too loose. That happens for a lot of reasons. Main reason is not enough downforce in the back. But we got that figured out here. Got a massive rear wing, 71 inches long, Apex 15 wing from Hartman Aero. Switch this thing around. It is swan neck, so it will top mount on the car. These are the mounts here. This is the top of the wing. As you guys see, absolutely massive. Tons of adjustment. Here's a main adjustment point. Upright will come through here to here. All the adjustment points here, and to help with this secondary flap on top to make massive amounts of downforce. As you see, full carbon fiber, an absolutely massive end plate. This is a 20-inch wheel in there, and you can see it completely takes up the entire of the plate of the wheel. The end plate takes up the entire area. Hartman Aero, you can see the different adjustment points it has available there, so you can tilt this to make this straight up and down, even if the wing angle is much higher. As you guys see, I am not lying. Come all the way down. It's upside down, but close enough. There it is. 71 inches long. Absolutely massive wing. Should create a ton of downforce. So this wing at 40 miles an hour should make this more downforce than the GTC 300 I had on the Shelby at 120 miles an hour. So this one is just much more efficient. It's going to be fantastic for autocross, the slow speed stuff, things like that. But first, what are we going to do is I'm going to look through it. Looks like there are some smudges, some scratches on it. I'm going to get this thing ceramic coated. By get it, I mean I'm going to do it myself with just the ceramic coating that I have here. Reason being is, obviously it's carbon fiber. The car is garage kept, but at events is just sitting out there in the elements. It's, you know, carbon fiber is black. It's not colored or anything. It's just going to sit there and just bake in the sun all day long. I want to make sure this stays protected. So it is a wet carbon fiber, not actually wet. It's just not. They used a coating over the top. If you don't take care of that coating, just like paint or anything like that, it will flake, it'll deteriorate, and the finish of it will not look as good. And I want to keep this looking good for as long as possible. So we'll go over more of the wing later. I'll go over the install as well. But for now, this is it. It's going to be multi-part video. I'm just going to post them up all at once. When I get this thing ceramic coated, I'm going to show you guys the prep for that. I know I've done ceramic coating videos before, but not for straight carbon fiber, and it's been a while since I've done that. So I'm going to do another one here. I'll show you guys how I'm going to install it. Hopefully we can get this thing installed before the October 1st event. We have to get specific uprights made. It's not going to be a chassis mount or anything like that. Oop, tripping over wheels. You can see I got wheels all over the place. So it's not going to be a chassis mount. A chassis mount would come out through here and up. We're going to, I mean, it will be a chassis mount, but it won't be terrible looking one like that. It's going to come up through the trunk and hang out, so then match the diffuser and the front end, which I think will look much better, and it gives it more of a, I don't know, a little bit of a cleaner look coming out through the trunk, but that's just my opinion. So let's get started on getting the scratches, get this thing coated, and then we'll put the end plates on to show you guys exactly how big this wing is going to be. I mean, I know you guys probably see a little bit how massive it is, but let me just get the tape measure back out. It is a dual element wing. You guys can see it is just huge compared to most wings on the market. If I corner to corner on this end plate, 23 inches. Like I said, huge area that this makes. But yeah, hopefully we can get this thing going. We're gonna get it started. I am gonna make some adjustments on it from the very beginning, show you guys kind of how I want to run the wing. I'm gonna do really as aggressive as I can, simply just because, yes, so aggressive will make more drag, but drag gets higher the faster you go. With it being a slow speed car, I'm going to make it aggressive I can, and I feel like if the car is struggling too hard to get speed, I'm going to take some wing out of it. I'm going to start max setting because I don't really need a lot of acceleration in autocross. Yeah, you need a little bit at the beginning and stuff like that, but you really just want to keep speed. If I can not lose speed, I don't really have to gain the speed back, so that's why the acceleration doesn't play that big of a part in it. With slower cars, low horsepower cars, being more strategic about it, thinking about the, you know, maintaining speed versus gaining speed aspect, it's going to be huge to be successful at autocross. All right, guys, the mounts are here. They are from Send Cut Send. Basically, how this company works, AJ Hartman is who put me onto them. You send them the CAD file, they cut the file, and then send it back to you. Send, cut, send. Right here, the mounts are in. As you can see, big, 31 inches tall. All the mounting holes right there. 6 inches wide with a little bit of weight cut out of them. It is 6061 aluminum, so it is nice stuff, and it's still easy enough for me. It's strong, still easy enough for me to drill the mounting holes with just my drill. Now, this first one is not mounted or anything. It's literally just sitting there how I want it to mount. And as you can see, it's pretty solid without how I mount it there. As you guys can see, I'm going to mount it there. But even before it's bolted through the chassis there, this thing is solid and wants to stand all on its own. So you can see it'll be another 6 inches from there. So the wing's going to set back probably about here. You zoom down, we'll be right over the rear diffuser. When he's there on the ground, I'm just going to continue drilling holes. Not going to show you guys that kind of stuff. I'm going to put this all together into one long video. You guys don't need to worry about it, but basically I'm just taking these 6x6 brackets. It's a corner brace, so it's going to be strong. Bolts, washers, nuts, putting it together. We're just getting going, so I'm going to take my time, get this done right, and then hopefully by the end of the day we can get the wing mounted before I start cutting this. That is right, the trunk will have to be cut, just because when I go to shut the trunk right there, it's already hitting and truck isn't even close to being closed. So we'll have to figure out something with that. But yeah, it's in, it's there, everything lines up. On that side, everything lines up on that side so far, but I want to get the spacing and everything so I can figure out where to drill through the chassis so I don't have a bunch of walking around. All right, but there, we'll get going. I'll get back to it and I'll keep you updated. Next up, drilling through the trunk here. As you guys see, the mounts and the wing is on. Looks really good. My mounts in there. Not perfect, but I'll get the job done. Doesn't even stick out past the fender. It just sticks even with this body line here on the car, and they can send it all the way back. But I will need to do some sort of cross bracing. So probably just an X from here to there. Reason why you want that is it's solid, but see how it's wanting to do this just a little bit. Obviously these aren't tightened down, so you're getting some movement with that. It's shaking this way. That shaking back and forth, if you cross with some rope or anything like that, it will really stiffen this up and prevent it from moving. But overall, I mean, other than wanting to wiggle, the mounts seem pretty sturdy, especially for what I'm going to be using it for. So yeah, we'll start cutting this up. There's already some holes already in it, so it's going to look ugly, but as long as it gets the job done. All right, guys, it is Friday. Hopefully this is the last day. Won't know for sure until we actually get working on it, but hopefully this is the last day. As you guys see, we have the trunk cut and the stands are not tied down yet, simply because since they passed through the trunk, I want to keep the trunk closed and going through the car, tighten them down that way. But here they are, they're in there. Wings are going to attach obviously here and here, so it will stick out just a little bit behind the car, which I think is going to be perfect. I have to clean this up a little bit, but you can see the dust from the cuts. Look pretty good. A little bit of paint on there where the grinder kind of skipped. Now, I say grinder. I didn't really have a grinder. All I had was a drill. Just, a drill, and I bought an attachment and used it that way. Stuck it in there, turned the drill to the fastest it would go. It actually worked out really well. Cut cut really well. You guys saw all the dust around there though. I didn't wear a mask, so I'm getting a late start today because all morning I was just hacking up black stuff. Like all that dust there and everything. I inhaled that, I guess, all the while I was doing it, and I just felt miserable waking up. But hopefully we can get the wing mounted on there so you guys can see. It seems pretty solid from where it's at. Obviously once it goes back and forth, it's not tightened down, but right to left movement is not bad. Like a little bit of movement there. And this one almost has no movement. I mean, that hole's just a little bit tighter. I mean, I just eyeballed it, so it's not like it's gonna be perfect, but I might not have to do any cross bracing in the trunk with the wire. I might not have to do any cross bracing to actually stabilize it, but once we get the wing mount and everything, then we'll go there. The hole's already drilled for the cross bracing. As you can see, the holes are already drilled. Just gotta mount those back up there, and we are good to go. So yeah, let's sit in this very claustrophobic area, mount it up. But you guys can see where the mounting points are. I can still fit a tire in there if I want to. I just don't know how I'm gonna get in and out, but there's still plenty of room to work. I got my friend coming over to help me get it all taken care of, but let's just get to it. Let's just get working. Can't wait to show you guys what it's gonna look like all done. I'm not gonna post any pictures of the finished product with the wheels, those wheels and everything. Hopefully we get some good videos and pictures at Autocross coming up. That is Sunday, 2 days away. Tomorrow, I'm basically busy all day, so kind of have to get this done today. So let's get working. All right, guys, final touches. Event is tomorrow. As you guys can see, the wing is installed. It is on there. Got the car loaded up. Not gonna open the door because 1, 2, 3, and 4. That's right, all 4 tires are in there. All I have to do left is get the bucket and the jack so I can switch out at the track. Everything else is in the car. Taking out the seats, even not having a functional trunk, absolutely has not hindered this car on what it can carry. I got 4 full-size race tires in there. I mean, they're wides, they're 295s, and they're fitting in there. So that's working out just nicely. Let's go over this wing real fast. As you guys can see, AJ Hartman Aero, massive, massive end plates. Sorry, dog decided to run off after something. Massive end plates, as you can see, full adjustability here. This is for the main plane, 1, 2, 3, is for that one right there. And then this adjustable one gives this secondary element its ability to move. You can see there, it does have this little pivot here. Let me jump over, pivot here. Multiple adjustment points all through here is how you get it to adjust. And then this doesn't allow it to move, and so does that. As you guys can see, huge mounts turned out really, really nice. Here they are. As you can see, just slits through the trunk coming up to mount them, so it's not just massive, massive holes in the trunk. It's just a little bit. I haven't done anything with these holes yet from the original spoiler, as you guys saw previously. Haven't done anything with those holes. I will later. My main focus was to get this mounted for the event. We have big wing, diffuser, and the splitter on the car with the race tires. Hopefully, race wheels and tires. Hopefully this should make a big difference in how the car handles. No data on it yet. Haven't really gotten to drive it with this setup, just because I really can't drive it how I need to drive it to get data on the roads. So it's first couple runs, I feel like there's gonna be some tweaking simply. I don't know how the balance of the car is gonna be. Is it gonna be a lot of rear, too much front? I know the front is planted with the splitter on it. We just have to see if this is big enough. So I'm gonna finish wiping down the car, get it all packed up, and we'll pick up tomorrow at the event. Vinny and the black Mustang's gonna come grab me. We're gonna roll together just in case anything happens. Well, not in case anything happens, just so then if we need to carry anything more, we got it all. But yeah, so wing looks really, really good. I thought I was gonna need the cross bracing, like I said. Actually, I do not. If we look at this thing, I don't know if you can see it, but that's the whole car shaking, not just the wing. So this thing is solid. I think it's gonna work.
in third position.